everyone, it's me, Aman, as you all know me from my various other podcasts, and today this is episode 0 of Play as of No Limits podcast. I'm joined here by an amazing panel. You guys need to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'll start then. I'm Zaim. I am currently playing a PS5. I was one of the lucky few people in the UK, from the sounds of it, who managed to get one at launch. And this is my first podcast, and I'm really looking forward to talking to you guys.
And I'm Joe, and I also was one of the lucky ones that got a PS5, so I've been playing the crap out of that.
I'm Yusuf, and I was actually one of the first ones in my country to get the PS5 at launch. And I'm actually quite excited to be in this podcast with you guys.
All right, so let's head into our first segment. What are we all playing? What are we all playing this week?
Yesterday I finished Ace Combat 7. So that's what I've been
Ooh.
playing all week, so that's pretty fun. What I think in between I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, New Game Plus, and King's Quest, which is on PlayStation PS Now. So I've been playing that sort of on and off. That's pretty fun. So I don't know what to play now. Because I've finished, when you've just finished like a game that's taken quite a while, you're like, oh, what do I play next? Last week it was Yakuza 7 that I'd finished, which took forever.
Yes, Like a Dragon. Great game.
I loved the game. I hadn't played the previous ones. I've only played, I think, Kiwami for about an hour before.
Yep.
I didn't really like it, but Yakuza 7, I really got into it. Yeah. I spent, I think the completion time was about 70 hours. So I was like, okay, that's enough now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was also the first Yakuza game I played. That's what got me to the Yakuza franchise as well. So yeah.
Well, if you're looking for some new games, I've been playing through the PlayStation Plus free games, the freebies every month. So I've finished Maquette, which was that puzzle game. It was pretty good. And then I just platinumed Remnant from the Ashes. That one, I recommend you guys play. Really, really good.
Okay.
How much would you rate out of 10?
Honestly, I give it up there an 8 out of 10, especially for a AA game. It's very crisp.
So is it a story-driven game, or how is the game? I wanted to try it.
What's that?
Is it like a story-based game, or is it like a multiplayer? I mean, I've heard of the game, but I've never played it.
So it's a Souls-like game, so it's got, of course, the Souls elements. And it actually gave me a little bit of Monster Hunter vibes, because some of the bosses you can beat in specific ways to get a piece of them to create a weapon. So I don't know, it's like a boss killer essentially.
Have you guys played Have you guys played the Outlanders demo?
Yeah, that was going to be the other thing I played.
That was really good. Yeah.
Outriders.
Outriders, yes.
Yeah, Outriders.
Yes.
Outriders, yes. Outriders, great. The demo was great. I enjoyed myself. Yeah. Funny thing, it's coming to Xbox Game Pass day 1.
Wow, that's good for the Xbox fans.
Yeah, good for. I mean, Game Pass is a great.
Yeah. I actually own an Xbox Series X. I was unlucky, couldn't get a PlayStation 5. I was trying to get that, but yeah, unlucky me.
Cool.
You'll get it, bud.
What about you
in there?
What have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I just completed it this week Sunday, and the story is amazing. Like, I mean, I've played Horizon Zero Dawn when it came out on launch, but I've never completed it. So last week I decided to restart the game and complete the game. So then I played the game 24/7 the whole day. So like I kept playing for 3 hours straight. I mean, like 3 days straight, and I've completed the game Sunday. And the story was amazing. I'm trying to get a platinum for this game.
You're a mad lad.
For the second. I cannot
Did
wait
you
for the
like?
second part.
Did you go
Yeah,
to sleep after? I hope you after 3 days. I hope you got some sleep.
I did not. I wanted to play more of it.
It's a pretty good game.
Yeah,
I
it's
played it
amazing.
back on PS4, and
Yeah.
I got the DLC as well,
Oh,
Frozen Wild.
how's the DLC? It's on,
You
there's a
should you
discount for it right
should
now.
you should definitely, because the DLC happens before the ending of the main game,
Okay,
so
okay,
you should definitely get it because it fills in a lot more of the lore, and it fits into the
right.
game like perfectly. Yeah.
Yep, I might get it after the podcast.
Yeah, I should definitely get it. I know,
Yeah,
but this is just encourage you not to sleep for another couple of days.
yeah, I know.
I don't know if that was a good recommendation.
So I've actually been playing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I haven't played that game before. I heard a lot of great stuff about it. So finally tried it out, and I'm only about an hour or two into it. Enjoying it
All
so
right.
far.
That's
Pretty
Nice.
decent game.
that's pretty decent. Yeah, it's quite good also. Though. I mean, it's really good.
Yep.
Did you play
Have you guys tried it before?
Yes.
I did not. I finished it. I did not like it because, and I love the Metal Gear
Oh.
franchise. I love the Metal Gear franchise. I mean, the
Okay.
gameplay was fun, but bec- it wasn't because Metal Gear generally has a lot of cutscenes and a lot of story stuff, but
That's
it
true.
didn't really have a
Yeah.
lot of that in MGS5. And when they changed voice actors to Kiefer Sutherland, I was like, that's not Snake. It should be David Hayter. It was just like, what is this? But gameplay was fun, yeah, for sure.
I'm curious. Did you like Death Stranding? Because that was from by Kareem as well.
Um, it's like it went up and down while I was playing it. Sometimes I loved it, sometimes I hated it while playing it. Because sometimes it did feel a bit repetitive, especially at the beginning when I was trying to build. I was just resource farming so I can build roads everywhere
Oh yeah.
to get to wherever I needed to go. So sometimes, yeah, I mean, mostly I enjoyed it. Even some of the story as well was pretty interesting most of the time, but it did get a little bit repetitive sometimes. So I'm hoping, because he said he would make this is like the first of a series of Stranding type games, I think
Yeah.
is the term he used.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll refine it in future games.
Well, you have to walk a lot in that something like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That got a little boring, but I decided to still play the game.
That
I
was its
built
biggest criticism, right? It was that it was like a walking simulator.
so I
Yeah,
built zip
exactly.
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
I built zip lines everywhere.
There
Yep,
you
that
go.
was
So I
good.
can
That
just
was
like
good.
zip everywhere.
That pretty much completes our first segment. So heading into the news roundup, the first story we have is new Play at Home games. So PlayStation have announced 10 new games as part of their Players Play at Home initiative, which looks to bring free games each month for all PlayStation users. So you don't need PlayStation Plus for this. If you're signed in PlayStation Network, you get these 10 free games automatically. So last month we got Ratchet and Clank, and this month we're getting 9 new games, and they are Abzu, Subnautica, The Witness, Paper Beast, Astrobot, Moss, Enter the Gungeon, Res Infinite, and Thumper. All PlayStation users signed in PlayStation Network will be able to play these free of charge. So that I think that's great news. And March 25th, all these games will be hitting PlayStation Store March 25th for free. Horizon Zero Dawn actually is starting. It's going to be on there April 19th. So that's part of next month's edition, I think. So yeah, how
And
do you guys feel about it?
love seeing Enter the Gungeon on there. That game is a time sink for sure. Endless fun.
I'm
Yeah,
going to try
you're
that
right.
one out.
But I've watched a lot of gameplay and it was really good. So now when it comes out for free, I might just download it. I mean, I won't
Do
might,
it.
I will download it. So
I don't think
yeah.
I've played. I had Abzu already, I think from PS Now, so I've played a little bit of that. But the other games I hadn't really heard of.
Okay.
But just from looking at like the images, I'd probably the Witness I had heard of, but not played it. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing The Witness and if I had PSVR, I'd be playing the 4 PSVR games as well, but
Oh,
Right.
I don't have it. So hopefully when the next version of the thing comes out, then I might play these.
yeah. Have you guys played Subnautica?
Yes, Subnautica. I was going to get to that one. I have
I
played
Yeah,
it. Great game.
it's
Check
it's
it
really
out.
good.
It's a
You guys
hidden
should
gem
play
in
it.
there.
I know Skill Up from YouTube highly rated it, so it's
Yeah,
on my list for sure.
But this whole
sure.
play at home thing is a pretty good um, scheme, I guess, because I mean it makes sense to because a lot more people are at home now, but also you get to try a lot of smaller games that don't necessarily get the usual big marketing that other games tend to have. So this is a chance for people to get introduced to a lot of AA games or indie games, whatever you want to call them. So I think that this is great. I hope they continue it for a few more months.
Have
Yeah.
they done
Yeah.
this in the past, or is this the first time they've done this? This play
So
at
Um,
home thing.
I think this is the
Last
first
year.
time.
Huh? Okay.
I think. Well,
Yeah, no, I think there was one game last year for a month, and then they didn't
okay.
continue it. Then March they got Ratchet and Clank back again,
Oh,
and
okay.
then I think
Ah,
it's starting to do it monthly. Especially, I think this is a great thing, especially during a time like COVID-19. With the pandemic going around,
Not
not many
Yeah.
everybody can buy
people.
games.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone can buy games, and having these free games, brilliant.
And I
Yeah.
think
So now,
I know it's nothing to do
yeah,
with PS Plus or PS Now, but just getting those free games, it kind of gives people a taste of what those services could be like if they did get into them. So I think it
true.
will probably drive up business as well for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
so adding a segue to this topic. What game do you expect to hit this service? Play at home initiative. A few months, maybe not April because April we're already getting Horizon Zero Dawn. So let's say May. What do you think we're gonna get mid May?
Well, it seems because obviously last month we only got one game, and this month
Mm-hmm.
there's like gonna
9
be 10
games.
games, no 9
10
games,
games, yeah.
and next month it goes back to one game. So I think it could be that they do it in that sort of sequence where they do one AAA game a month, and then the next month they'll do like a bunch of indies. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think if they were to do another AAA game on this, it will probably be another thing from the PS Plus collection. Could be
Probably.
Bloodborne, maybe to get people introduced to that genre if they haven't tried it before. I mean, I personally I'm not a big fan of high difficulty games, so I did try Remnant. You talked about
Exactly,
Remnant
same.
earlier. When I played Remnant, I actually thought it was much easier to get into than any other Souls
Yes.
like games that I tried. So I haven't played it much, but I did play a reasonable amount, and I thought it was fun. So maybe it'll be that type of game. I mean, I doubt Sekiro would be on there because that's still very popular. So I don't think they'll give that away for free. But Bloodborne is quite a few years old now, so maybe that's one of those that could come. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's
would
actually, you're right. Yeah. Go on.
go ahead.
Actually, you're right, but I feel that they won't put like new games or came out recently like 2020, 2019. They might just put like for the the 9 games. Imagine like they upload like they put I mean like one game one they do a sequence like from 1 to 9 1 to 9 as last month was one game which was Ratchet and Clank, and this month was 9 games. Next month is Horizon, and the month after might be 9 games. We don't know. So as you said that they might just put like indie games. They put 9 games, and then maybe like nine indie games and one good game, as how they put Horizon. Well, I think they could put like an Uncharted game. That might be good because that's not that new also. I mean, 2017, right? 2017, I think 2016 or 17. So
Yep,
they could
16.
put that 16. Yeah, they could put that. It would be good because not many people. I mean, people played the Naughty Dog games, but the friends I know they do not play a lot of single player games, the story mode games. they mostly play multiplayer games. But when they talk about multiplayer the whole time, like I'm not a big multiplayer fan. I'm a full-on single player game fan. Like most of my games are full-on single player. So I think it would be good. They could have put multiplayer game too, but not everybody has PlayStation Plus. So I feel like an Uncharted game would be quite good for.
I would say the possibilities are obviously endless.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
If they were picking a AAA game that's on par with their current one on the list, Horizon Zero Dawn, I would probably say God of War. Everyone should play that one. So
Yeah.
especially with their new PS5 update, I think that'd be a great one. But then again, I'm going all consumer friendly here. I'm thinking of the games that I think everyone should play. So
Yeah, I think that's what PlayStation is doing. They want, their PlayStation fans to play people who do not have PlayStation Plus. They want them to play the games, one of the best PlayStation games as the exclusives.
Yeah, but
The
see,
people,
they don't. They also don't want to give away too much. You know,
that's
they
true. Yeah,
maybe I could see God of War coming on app player home maybe. I think
yeah,
it's a really low possibility, but coming right before Ragnarok hits, right before God of War Ragnarok hits,
it will be good. Yeah,
it, that would probably drive up sales for Ragnarok.
yeah,
I feel like a
True.
lot of people are going to be upset though because it's already on the PS Plus
Yeah.
games.
Collection.
So
Yeah,
most people already have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and a lot of
That's
people
right.
get upset when like PS Now games come on PS Plus and vice versa, because some people do have both services, but obviously a lot of people only have one. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is all great marketing wise, it drums up demand. But if, Sony are doing great on that side, on building their brand, but really, we need more PS5 stock because all of this stuff is going to
Oh,
make people want to play it, to play the best version of those
yeah.
games. And, the PS5 is where you could play that. And so I'm hoping they don't run out of steam by the time supply catches up because everything they're doing now is great if it would drive people to go and get a PS5, but yeah, the supply just can't keep up at the moment, which is annoying. I mean, even though I think most of us got ours at launch, it was still a nightmare to try and order it at launch.
Yeah.
It was still very
Yeah.
difficult.
The pre-orders were a mess. The pre-orders,
Yeah,
I was up nights, endless nights, just trying to get one. But yeah,
I mean, I'd never pre-ordered console or a game before, but because like
same.
I knew I was going to be at home forever, so I was like, okay, this is if I'm ever going to do it, now's the time to do it. Like, get on the pre-order train, and I still got on it late. I think a week, 2 weeks before launch is when I started looking online, and the only reason I
Wow.
got one is I think someone else had cancelled theirs on the website that I was on
got
and you just
lucky.
had to quickly like click and refresh and try and get in it. And
You were the
I
lucky
didn't
one.
believe it. Yeah, I still didn't believe it until the thing arrived. I was like, oh right, this is happening. So yeah.
Yeah, I got mine through Walmart in December, and I was the same way, just click and check out, just madman style. And I didn't believe it until I got that email receipt. And I was like, okay, this is real now.
Yeah, but
no,
Amman, you said
yeah,
you got
no,
a Series X, right? You
yeah,
or have you?
that was fairly easy to get. That was because I don't know, I didn't think many people pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered that one as well. Well, main reason I pre-ordered Series X was because Microsoft acquired
But
Bethesda.
did you get a
Yeah, I got the Series X. It was
did you
fairly
get
easy.
the PS5 in the end?
No, I couldn't find the
No, what
PS5.
about the PS5? Did you get that?
Not
Or
yet.
you
No,
still are you still trying, or have you
I've
Lost
given up?
kind
hope.
of slowed down. I've kind of slowed down now because last few months I was
Okay.
going crazy looking everywhere. But yeah, I don't want to give it to the scalpers, just yet. So yeah, I'll probably
Yeah.
hold off till the summer when the supply gets high, and yeah, probably get
You
it then.
Do you
hope.
think that will happen?
I hope. I hope. That's what Jim
Yeah,
Ryan says.
I don't think
Hopefully.
I don't believe him because, well, not that I don't, I'm sure they're working really hard to get the supply up, but I think it's going to be tricky until maybe next year,
Yeah.
or maybe the December period this year.
Yeah.
But I know Amazon was supposed to have a drop
I don't
today.
use Amazon. I don't try getting it from Amazon. It is a mess. It is a literal mess.
Okay,
yeah.
fair.
So
Can we
yeah,
talk about Bethesda being bought by Microsoft?
yeah, we can. We
What
can.
do we
I
think
mean,
about that?
I wasn't gonna go ahead with the Series X, but that deal made me do it because I love RPGs. They're the top, my favorite genre, and like Bethesda is the king of RPGs. They have Skyrim, Fallout, and yeah, so that's one of the main reasons I got the Series X.
So are we saying, I don't know if they've confirmed this or not yet, are we saying that the new Elder Scrolls game is going to be exclusive to Microsoft now?
I don't think so.
Because that was,
I mean, it could be. I think it's still 50-50.
because that's Bethesda's
I
whole
think it's
thing
more
was the open
30-70.
platform model.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
So
I
if
think
they went exclusive, it doesn't make
Elder
sense.
Scrolls might not be exclusive, but Fallout I can see being exclusive. I doubt Elder Scrolls will be exclusive. The Elder Scrolls is too big to be exclusive. And, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say at this moment. If it's exclusive, good for Game Pass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because that's what they're trying to drive up. But okay, try to segue on this topic. What if Game Pass came on PlayStation?
I would buy that.
I would buy that
immediately.
instantly. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I
Because
think
there are
it's
so
gonna
many
get to a
Microsoft
point.
games.
Microsoft is not going to stop acquiring anytime soon. I don't see them. And it's going to get to a point they're acquiring a lot of big publishers. And it's going to start hurting the PlayStation brand. So I think PlayStation should try get Game Pass on their platform as soon as possible. It will drive up sales for them as well because PlayStation exclusive, well, some of the best exclusives out there. And having Game Pass on there will just make it even sweeter getting a PlayStation. And then I think that would hurt Xbox, but I don't think Phil Spencer really cares about that. He just cares about Game Pass subscribers, and if it's on PlayStation, it equals more subscribers. So
Yeah, I mean,
think
imagine the amount of money
probably
they could make. Because even if Game Pass went on PS4 and PS5, the PS4 install base is massive. That's like 100
huge.
million
Yeah,
potential subscribers. Even if like a quarter of those join Game Pass, that's a lot of money for Microsoft. You know what? I think
yeah,
they could consider doing it, but it will probably be later in this generation because they've just
yeah,
released Series X and S. They still obviously want to sell the hardware, which is fine. But I think it'd be great in the long run for Game Pass to come because Microsoft seems to be going more towards like Xbox as a platform for games as opposed
service
to
ecosystem,
that service rather than just
ecosystem.
for hardware. So whereas Sony is it's focused on having its own hardware, similar to Nintendo. So
Yeah,
it would be awesome if Game Pass came. Because I mean, even if it didn't acquire Bethesda, I would still get Game Pass because I would want to play all the Halo games. I would want to play
Yeah.
Gears of War and a bunch of. I know they don't have as many sort of single player exclusives, but I would still want to play what's come to Xbox. Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of this topic, I was actually going to say something but can't remember. So I think let's move on to story number 2 of
Okay.
news roundup. New PSVR controller revealed by Sony. So Hideaki Nishino, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, wrote on the PlayStation blog post, following the recent reveal of our next generation virtual reality system for the PS5, I'm excited to unveil more details about the new controller that will play a critical role in providing gamers with the VR experience we're working to deliver. Our new VR controller speaks to our mission of achieving a much deeper sense of presence and stronger feeling of immersion in VR experience. It will build up upon the innovation we introduced with the DualSense wireless controller, which changed how games feel on PS5 by unlocking a new way to tap into the sense of touch. Now we're bringing that innovation to VR gaming. So, how do you guys think about this? How do you feel about it? What are your thoughts on this?
First, I want to ask how many of you guys actually played with the previous PSVR?
I actually
Not
have.
me. Not me. I'm not a big fan of VR, to be honest. Any VR.
On
I just I just don't enjoy it as much as sitting on my couch having a controller in my hand, looking at my TV, playing the game. I just don't enjoy it as much. Probably like something I'd do once in 3 months, but not something I'd do on a weekly or even a daily basis.
I'm considering it. I mean, I didn't have a previous one, but I think when PSVR 2 comes out, I'll strongly consider getting it. Probably won't get it at launch necessarily, but I reckon I will get it eventually because I've tried a VR only once or twice, like in a group activity setting, and I thought it was pretty cool. And obviously, having seen some videos of games that were VR games that were released on PS4, I think, okay, that looks good. It didn't attract me that much before to invest in it because there didn't seem to be that many games, or even the games that were there didn't seem to be full-fledged experiences. But I think, yeah, this time around I might get it. I think Yusuf, you have PSVR?
Yes, I do. I have the previous one.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Uh, I was not a big fan of VR, but I just decided to buy it for some reason. And I did not play a lot of VR since I got it. Maybe like if you guys have the VR and you played the Batman VR, I've played that. That game was really good in the VR, and I've played some other games too. But I've not played. If I had to say in hours of VR playing time, but maybe just you can say 2 hours. I've only played that much, and
Wow.
yeah, that's it. Not a lot.
That
But
is not good return on investment if you've
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
go ahead, finish your thought.
No, I'm done.
Okay. So I've never played with any of the PSVR stuff, but I have used the Oculus on PC when it first came out, so the original Oculus. And I think it's the future for sure for gaming, just more immersion, obviously that's going to be better for gaming. But I don't know how much different PSVR 2 is from the first one. It doesn't look that much different. Like the controllers are obviously different, but if you like read the features of it, it doesn't seem that much different. So I'm not sure what they're pushing for.
Unless they
See,
actually do the banana controller. Have you guys seen that?
The banana controller, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
no, I
Where
haven't seen that either.
they filed a patent. I mean, a lot of patents don't go anywhere, but they filed a patent for where sort of virtual icons could be displayed on any object, and they use a banana as an example, where you're holding a banana and there's the PlayStation controller icons on it, and presumably that's for VR, where you could technically hold any object and use it as a controller, because obviously your camera would see where you're pressing. You should check it out. You should
Okay.
check it out. I think
That
the
would
news
be
came
fun.
last week or the week before, and I thought this is really weird. It looks like a joke, but it's not. They actually patented that, so I think they're looking into sort of alternative control types as well, which could help if you
Interesting.
think of immersion into a particular game. Where let's say, because I mean, I saw the controllers today; they look cool. But let's say if you could hold, if you're playing a game with a sword, and let's say you could hold something like that's a bit more cylindrical, like the hilt of a sword, that might make it feel a bit more immersive. But we'll see. We'll see if it
Yeah.
even goes anywhere. What I did like about
Yeah,
today's announcement is that it kind of just the announcement just appeared. There was no like announcement of an
build up.
announcement. You know how they normally
Yeah,
say, right, out next Wednesday we're going to have something, which I find really annoying. It's like why announce an announcement? Just do the announcement, you know what I mean, when you're
Yeah.
ready.
yeah.
So I thought, yeah, oh cool, didn't expect this, but they're slowly kind of telling us more. But have they actually shown the headset yet for
That's
PSVR
no,
2?
I don't think so.
no.
Okay.
I don't think
When
so.
do
No.
you guys think PSVR 2 will actually release?
Late 2022. If my sources are
Yeah.
correct, I have a few inside sources, and if they are correct, I think late 2022 or early 2023 is their goal.
They're wrong because I have one right here. No, I don't.
No, I wanted to go back to what Joe said about VR being the future. See, if that's where the future is heading, I want none of it. I'm gonna say I want none of it because I'm
So you want
enjoying
less
things.
immersion? Is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the way things are right now.
So you want the separation from the second life in immersion, these VR
Yeah.
stuff, and you just want it
Yeah.
separate, and where it's I'm doing my hobby here. It's not my second life.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that's how it should be because see, I love playing games, and I think it's so much easier just sitting on your couch, having a controller in your hand, and playing it.
You could do that
I
in VR
honestly,
too. You could sit on your
Yeah.
couch and have your VR headset on. You don't have to walk around.
Yeah,
Makes a
but
lot
do I
of
really
people
want
sick,
that
though.
extra 500 grams on my head?
Yes, you
You
got to work
just-
those neck muscles.
Yeah. You just cut your hair. You've got quite a bit of hair up there. If you get rid of that, that's fine. It's 500 grams off your head. But I
Those
think
headsets are
they should.
getting lighter, though.
Yeah.
Sorry?
they are.
That would be good.
Pardon?
Yeah.
The
Well,
headsets are
yeah.
getting lighter.
If
which is
it's
true.
like how my sunglasses are, perfect.
I think we've
But
got
yeah,
another
that'll probably be like
decade until that happens. Until it's that way.
yeah.
But you know
So
what?
yeah,
I kind of get what
I
you mean.
mean,
The only thing that bothers me about VR is, I mean, the immersion is great, but the fact that I can't see around me, like safety wise, is not that great. I know you'll be at home and stuff, but I like to know what's going on. So
yeah,
yeah.
someone could be robbing your house and you just like, oh, immersion, playing your
Yeah.
video game like 20 years later.
Exactly.
Well, it could
mean,
end up
what-
being
yeah.
like Ready Player One, where you literally only
Oh.
have a room.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
that's all you have as
That
property.
still years out. That's still way out. That's way out.
But technology wise,
the
it's cool.
future.
There
Yeah.
there are so many
Another 50
applications.
years. Another 50 years at least. That would be cool. If
Soon.
something like Ready Player One, I would like it. But VR right now, I just don't think I would enjoy it as much as I enjoy gaming with the
You're
with the
right.
normal controller.
So you would prefer to if it went like all out VR as opposed to
Yeah.
half steps like we're doing now. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I feel like,
aren't
yeah.
Valve doing this thing where they're thinking of brain interfaces? You guys seen that?
I haven't seen that. That sounds wild.
I haven't
So
seen
there was
that
a
either.
No,
Wow.
haven't seen that.
Big Gabe Newell mentioned that they're thinking, right, well, long term, why couldn't we potentially interface with the brain and have your mind actually control what's going on in there?
Augmented reality.
So that would
Yeah.
be a bit closer.
We're gonna
to
go Matrix style.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
again, that could be super dangerous in the wrong
You don't
hands.
even know what's real anymore.
Yeah, because I do not want, at least with VR stuff, like you can take it off. I don't want something plugging in directly to my brain. Mm-mm.
It's gonna be cyberpunk stuff. Cyberpunk
You
2077.
get like a
Yeah.
virus
Wait.
in your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Have you guys played that game? Curious about how you guys feel about it.
Which game? Cyberpunk.
Yeah, 2077.
I
I'll
have.
play it when it's ready to be played.
So
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna wait till
pre-ordered it
it's-
on PC
Okay.
and played for about 4 hours, and it runs like garbage. So I got a full refund. So I'm gonna
Apparently,
wait.
I mean,
yeah.
Go
Apparently,
ahead,
they have,
Yusuf.
it's an old news, like 2 months ago or something. They have removed Cyberpunk from the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, long
It's
time
still
ago.
not. It's still not on there.
it's
It's
not
still not
back
on
on
there, yeah.
the digital store. I mean, you can still buy the physical copies, but
Disc, yeah.
the digital one.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I would probably play it eventually. Like when, especially, I think when by the time the PS5 version comes out, they would have ironed out the majority of the bugs. So I'll play it then. But yeah, I have no real interest in playing it now.
And last month, apparently, there was supposed to be a DLC also. I think last
Yeah.
month. Yeah.
I know. It's a patch 1.2. Patch
Yeah.
1.2, which
But
is supposed to
then
fix the
appar-
bugs.
yeah.
And
But then
they had a
the CD.
ransomware attack.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys have
Feels
been
bad.
through. Yeah, especially, I mean, I feel for the developers at that company because obviously none of the release stuff wasn't their decision. They're just, they're just trying to get on with
It's
their
it's,
work.
it's the
So I really
management.
feel,
It's the
Yeah.
corrupt management that's making these decisions, and it's coming. It's going back to the developers. The developers are facing the death threats, not the management.
But technically, if it's actually the fans' fault. Who they all wanted Cyberpunk to release right now, like go back to December, like before September or something. They wanted Cyberpunk to release, and then it kept getting delayed because they have to work, more on the game. But then most of the fans, they were waiting for the game. Otherwise, I heard that if they delay it one more time, they're not gonna play the game anymore. I mean, the game was such a hype, like last year September or something when
Yeah,
it came out.
it was
It
hype.
was, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that area of our topic.
Yeah.
So, moving on to story number 3. Jade Raymond's new studio is working on a PlayStation IP. After recently being let go by Google Stadia, Jade Raymond founded a new studio called Haven, and they were apparently working on a PlayStation IP. She said in the PlayStation blog post. So while we don't have many details to announce today, I want the PlayStation community to know that Haven Studios is already hard at work on an unannounced IP. We can't wait to show you more. So do we think it's more of a AA, AAA? What do we think it is?
Well, first of all, kudos to Miss Raymond for launching a studio like less than a month after she lost her previous job. That's
Yeah.
really good turnaround. But also, I think hopefully she's taken on some of the Stadia people. No, sorry, it wasn't
Yeah,
Stadia.
she
Where did she
has.
work before? It was Stadia. Okay,
Stadia. It was
she's
Stadia, yeah.
yeah. Hopefully she's taken on some of that stuff because I'm sure they were all like keen to make games, so the momentum was there, and having a game development company in the hands of someone like that with that much experience. Because I remember seeing her interviews when Assassin's Creed 1 was launching and
Yeah.
how like excited she was for the game and describing it to people. So I think you have like the head of a company who's produced games before, who's developed games, who's not just some random CEO who's looking at it as from that perspective. I think that's good news. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously going to be a while till we see that game. But I reckon with the experience that she has and hopefully her team, I think, and if it's going to be PlayStation exclusive, it's going to have to be a AAA game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in two minds about this. I'm not sure if it's going to be a AAA game. There's still such a premature studio, if you think about it. Unless they work on it for 6, 7 years, then I could see a AAA game. But in the next 2 or 3 years, I highly doubt it's going to be a AAA game because there's a lot of stuff going on. See, I've spoken to a few developers. Like, I was recently interviewing a developer who's working on a game called Song of Iron, and he worked on Halo Infinite before, and the amount of trouble Halo Infinite had been through with such like established people, well recognized people across the industry working on the game, and the Coalition, which is another Microsoft studio, they came to 343 to help them with the project, and still couldn't get shit done. So it's hard to say if it's actually going to be a AAA game. So I think they should start off with. Sorry, go on.
Do we even know how big the studio is?
Nope, no idea.
That should be the
It's a new
deciding factor
studio.
right there.
Yeah, I think it's a new studio, and I don't expect it to be 100 employees. Maybe 30 at max.
But think about it. Was it Hideo Kojima's company put together Death Stranding in like 4 years from formation to release? So it is possible if you have obviously the technology, especially if you use an existing engine rather than trying to build your own, which tends to take years by itself. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll find out more next year or the year after.
Yeah, Jade Raymond obviously is a great developer. She's one of the creators of the Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs franchise. So yeah, her creativity is, all that is the key thing. Like when Microsoft acquired Bethesda, Todd Howard was their key asset. Like without Todd Howard, Bethesda isn't really much if you think about it, because he's the mastermind behind Fallout. He's the mastermind behind Elder Scrolls, and now working on Indiana Jones. So I think Jade Raymond is a key asset for them, especially Sony.
I know
I love
you
how
mentioned. So go on, Joe.
I was just gonna say I love how Todd Howard used to be on the same level as Keanu Reeves in terms of popularity in the gaming community, and now he's just like a turd smeared on the wall at this point.
Yeah.
No love for him anymore. It's so sad.
After
true.
Fallout 76, yeah, he got no love.
All I was going to say was
One bad PR.
I know you mentioned the Bethesda acquisition earlier, and you're talking about Elder Scrolls and Fallout. One thing I forgot to mention was, I mean, I've not played any of the Elder Scrolls games apart from Skyrim, and
Whoa.
Skyrim I played 1 hour of it back on PS3, and I did not. It was like, this looks ugly because obviously PS3 graphics weren't, especially compared to now.
Yeah.
So I did like the opening scene, created my character, and I was like, I can't play this. But I must have just played something that looked really good just before, which really put me off this. But I would have loved to have tried like the next Elder Scrolls game and to get into that. But I think the franchise that I'll miss the most is Fallout, the single player ones, because I quite enjoy those, even
Yeah.
though they're a bit janky like most Bethesda games. But it had like the type of
Especially in third
stories
person.
and humor.
Especially in
Yeah,
third person.
absolutely. But I like the humor and the story in the Fallout games. So if that doesn't come to PS5, I'm gonna miss it.
Do you think they're still using their creation engine for the new Elder Scrolls?
I
Oh no,
hope
they
not.
have a new engine. They have a new engine.
Okay,
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Thank God.
Starfield, which is coming out hopefully this year. That's getting a new engine. That's been
Okay.
that's where the new engine started. So hopefully the janky animations are long gone by now.
So
I'll
that
believe
bodes
it when
well
I see it.
for the next Elder Scrolls and next Fallout as well. It badly needed a new
No,
engine.
I think Elder Scrolls 6 is at least 2027.
Don't say that.
I'm just hoping, because I mean they're known for a couple of different franchises, so I'm hoping they don't go the way of Rockstar, where they like release something like Elder Scrolls 6 and then have an online mode that they keep releasing for like 3 generations in a row. That'd be
Please, no.
They already have that though, don't they? Elder Scrolls Online. ESO.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not as
completely
big as
different, though.
it's two different games, yeah, but
like
we'll
it's not
see.
tied
We'll see where it
to main
goes.
games. Yeah.
All right, so heading into our fun topic of the week, will Bloodborne get a PS5 patch?
Please.
What makes this a fun topic?
Yeah, there's nothing fun about this.
Oh, okay. The second half is fun. Well, no. So basically, a fun topic is where we're going to speculate.
Okay.
Balls deep speculation about a lot of stuff.
Balls deep
Yeah,
speculation.
Yes.
Okay.
Clip that.
So yeah, Bloodborne, obviously one of the most popular games from the PlayStation 4 generation. Maybe in the earlier half of it, one of the most popular games. Arguably one of the best Souls game there is. What do you guys think?
I
think
want it.
Yeah, go on.
I just want it. I have the physical disc, and I'm just waiting for him to drop the update so I can play all the way through it. I haven't played it yet. I want to so bad, but 30
You
FPS
have
is
the
not good
physical
enough for
disc and
me.
you haven't played it yet.
No, I want to play at 60
Wow.
FPS.
120. If
I
it
don't
comes
need
to PC.
120.
If it comes to PC. PlayStation
120,
games
I
are
can't
starting.
even see the difference.
True.
Well, in my opinion, I think
So
from everything I've seen online, all the fans of that game want it at 60. I've played when I got my PS4. That's one of the games that was bundled with it. I had no interest in it, but because it was bundled, I was like, okay, I'll play it. And at the time, it still had a glitch where you could duplicate the blood vials, I think, if I remember correctly. So I exploited that glitch
yes.
to level up my character massively in the early game. And I got to the first boss, beat it quite easily, but I still thought I think the difficulty didn't put me off as much as because it didn't have an overt story like a lot of other games had, but the lore was kind of hidden. There's a lot of reading to do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not for me. But at the same time, from everything I've read about this game online, like all the fans want a 60 FPS version, but I've seen people say that because of the way the game is written, it's kind of a lot of it is tied to the frame rate, so it's quite tricky. There'll be a lot of work involved to move it up to 60. But if they did do that, I think that would sell. Like they wouldn't need to give it as a free upgrade. They just re-release it, and you'd have to pay for it in full, and people would still buy this thing for sure.
$70.
You're gonna make me
$70.
pay for it again, and I haven't even played the physical disc I already have. You
Your disc will
bastard.
be like a collector's will be like a collector's item. Yeah. But I think they will. I think they will. I mean, it makes sense. Even commercially, they would make a lot of money from that. So, and that's what
I'd be
companies.
happy if they at least remaster it.
Yeah, remaster would actually be good. I mean,
Not even
rather
a
than-
graphical upgrade, just 60 FPS is good.
Yeah,
Not even a
yeah,
graphical upgrade.
yeah.
That's all I want.
So moving into the second half of this question, when can we expect Bloodborne 2? So before you guys start with your balls deep speculation, From Software have said that they are working on 5 projects. Obviously now we know one of them is, but 2 of them are actually Sekiro and Elden Ring, and they said one of those projects is a PlayStation IP, is a PlayStation exclusive. So do you think this is Bloodborne 2 or is it a new IP?
So it looked like Bloodborne came out 2015.
Mm.
So I would say they're due.
Or is
But
it going to be some other spin-off standalone Souls-like game?
But isn't Elden Ring one of those, or do you not
Elden
count that
Ring's
'cause that's already
multi-platform,
announced?
right? It's
Yes.
it's
Oh, yeah,
it's
fair enough.
multi-platform. So they said they're working on a PlayStation exclusive. So we have to see what that exclusive is. I'm pretty sure it's Bloodborne 2. That game was massively successful. It was really successful, and it put the Dark Souls trilogy to shame. That game was superior compared to almost every Souls-like game I've played. I played Code Vein, I played Sekiro, and I think Sekiro and Bloodborne are the top 2 out of all of this.
I mean, it makes sense because it's been long enough since Bloodborne 1.
Yeah.
So, and also, if they are genuinely trying to work on a Bloodborne remaster at 60 FPS, that would drum up business for the second one as well. Yeah.
Sekiro was their latest release, right?
Yes, 2019. One game of the year.
Yeah, I would
Deservingly.
say they're definitely due.
Deservingly, yeah. All right. I think it's time we wrap it up, guys.
All right, guys. One more
Okay.
topic. I mean, one small one.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Today, the PlayStation Avengers got a free upgrade for PS5. Have you guys tried it or downloaded it?
Wasn't that March 14th?
No, it just for PlayStation 5 it just came out with the
I did
Hawkeye
Oh,
not.
okay.
DLC.
I think you mentioned
they
this in
also
the chat
just
earlier.
announced a Black Panther,
Yes.
the Black Panther character coming. They released a trailer for it. Okay, so while we're on it, we still have time. Let's discuss it. So, what do you guys? First of all, let's start off with your thoughts on the Avengers game. Have you guys, any of you played it?
Yes,
have.
and
Yes.
I fucking hate what they've done with it. Like, don't get me wrong. When I saw that an Avengers game was coming and it was going to have Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, I was like,
Yeah.
yep, I'm buying this shit. I'm playing it because you rarely have characters of that color headlining games. I obviously when it released and all reviews came out, I was like, no, fuck this, I'm not playing it. But I bought it used and I played it last month. Played it, finished the story. I enjoyed the story, voice acting, all of that stuff was great, but the gameplay is super repetitive. I mean, this is the Avengers, and everything you're fighting is just some robot aim dude, and then a
Yeah.
giant robot aim dude, and then I mean, the game has been out a while now, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything. We're saying
No.
like you fight Modoc as well. I mean, Modoc was cool.
Modoc, yeah.
That origin story was cool, but still yet another sort of robot. And you just think there are so many cool villains in the MCU or even just in Marvel Comics. Like each area could have had, even if it was still repetitive, each area could have had like much more variety in the villains. And
But don't you
playing
think
this
that's what they're
game,
trying to do? It's a games as a service title, so every season they could be adding a new storyline. That's what Destiny does, and that's
I mean,
what they're aiming to do, I think.
they did with the Kate Bishop one, because by the time I had finished the game, the Kate Bishop thing had come out, and I played the first 2 missions of it,
Yeah.
and then I hit a sort of a level gate, and I was like, I am not fucking spending 20 hours grinding just so I can get to the next mission. Like, just let me play the fucking thing. But yeah, new storylines are great, but if you still have the same game or the same enemy types, then it just feels like more of the same, maybe with a slightly different skin. It's not, and I get that they wanted to games as a service. This game is supposed to be a live service game, but I think that's the wrong choice because I
Definitely.
mean, look, if you look at Spider-Man, if you look at the Arkham games, like just with the Avengers name recognition, you could make a single player game and still sell so much. You don't need live service, and if you are going to do a live service game, put the time and effort into it. You know, like it could still work as a live service game because I mean, like you said, right now we've got Hawkeye coming out, which is pretty much similar to Kate Bishop anyway, which we've already had. But like when Black Panther comes out, that'd be great. Fingers crossed for that. But is it going to be different type of gameplay, or is it just going to be the same stuff again, except you get to play as Black Panther, who's really cool? You know what I mean? Like you're just, if you're just swapping your hero around and not changing much in the gameplay, then it's just the same thing over and over. Which for me doesn't work. It's such a massive missed opportunity they had there. And generally, I
Yeah.
mean, games as a service just needs to die unless companies actually put time into it. Because you can make a games as a service which is good. Like for example, I hear a lot about Destiny. I've played a little bit of it, and it seems like they do actually put a lot more effort into the new content that they release. But stuff
More or
like
less.
Avengers, I don't know. It's just way too repetitive for me, especially for the IP that it is. Like
Yeah.
it's major missed opportunity. They should have just made another Tomb Raider game. They didn't need to make an
Easy
Avengers game.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the story was so short. If you guys played it, I mean, the story was as big as like a, Miles Morales. It was. I didn't expect it to be this short. I mean, I think Square Enix is mainly focusing on multiplayer, like how Hawkeye, the DLC,
Yeah,
Kate
games
Bishop.
as a service. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could have improved the combat. Combat. That's one of the main things in this game. They could have improved that.
See,
Yeah.
my thoughts on this game are, with the new mission, with Black Panther coming, I don't know when he's actually going to drop. It's going to be a new setting, but in the trailer, it looks like it's going to be aimbots again. So it's just basically going to be a new environment where you're going to fight aimbots again, which I'm not really a big fan of. And speaking of one more thing, wasn't Spider-Man supposed to be an exclusive to PlayStation? Where the
Yes.
hell is he? Where the hell is he?
Probably now that we have the PS5 version, maybe Spider-Man will come out soon. Now
But
that
they
we
did
have a
not give us
PS5
one
Why
small
did they announce it
teaser
so
of
early?
Spider-Man.
It was a dumb move.
Yeah.
They announced it way too early. They announced it before they announced Kate Bishop. That was
Like
Yeah.
if you guys have the physical copy, like the actual CD, you can actually see Spider-Man coming to the Avengers. I have the sticker in the CD. It shows like the
Mm.
Spider-Man logo, and it shows that Spider-Man will be coming, like something like that. And then
I mean,
the game came out September, and they announced it like too early. The Spider-Man, like when you got the game, you knew because in the CD it shows Spider-Man coming to Avengers for PlayStation, only for PlayStation.
one could
Yeah.
argue that they announced the whole game itself too early and released it too early. To be honest,
Yeah,
given
Yeah.
released it too early.
True.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
still have the
well-
disc because because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to go and sell any of my secondhand games. So I'll probably reinstall it just to check out the performance on PS5. But that's about it. I doubt I'll be investing any more time into this game.
But
What about
is
you,
it
Joe?
just a
Have you played it?
recurring problem? Sorry, Bob.
Have
I
not
was just
played
asking
it.
if Joe. Okay. Do you want to play it?
Yeah, go on. Bob.
So do you guys watch Skill Up on YouTube?
I
I've
know
seen
who
one
they
or
are,
two
but
episodes.
don't watch them regularly.
Okay. Well, I get a lot of my release reviews from him,
Okay.
and he absolutely pooped on the game. And I was like, "Yep, that's not for me." The last time I played a Marvel's game was the original Xbox, that Marvel's Avengers game. So it's been a long time for me. So I would probably like it, but I don't want to support bad business practices, especially in a live service model. I think we should stomp on those as quickly as they appear. Because right now, the live service model is still being formed. Like, we don't know the best way to do it yet. So I think we should stomp on the ones that we disagree with. So I'm not going to
But
buy it
isn't
until
this
it's better.
a recurring problem with every live service game? It starts off pretty shit, but then develops into a great game after 2 or 3 years. Similar
Unless
thing
it's
happened with Destiny.
Anthem.
Anthem. Oh yeah, Anthem is a completely different story. BioWare, EA, they ruined it. But yeah, no. If you look at No Man's Sky, that game started off
Yeah.
pretty bad, and now it's probably one of the most played games as a service titles. Same with Destiny.
Mm.
That game started off. It got a lot of hate at the beginning, and then at the end, it transitioned to now one of the best games as a service title. Same with Division. Started off pretty shit,
Oh yeah.
but transitioned into one of the best games as a service titles. So, what do you think about Avengers? Is it going to be an Anthem, or is it going to be a No Man's Sky?
I think obviously they have a timeline that they're going to stick to clearly because they are releasing new storylines. But given how much the player drop off was, I think last month they released some numbers where it showed that the player count went way down. I mean, how long can they really sustain this? Given the amount of money they've already spent on that thing, and Square Enix have a lot of other franchises that they could invest money in instead of trying to revive this game. They could do it if they had, if they have a dedicated team, but it's
Didn't
tricky.
they just lose more people's wallets essentially when they said
Yep.
that they were increasing the grind?
Oh God,
'Cause they've-
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So they've got no goodwill right now.
none.
Wasn't there like a different battle pass system for every character?
Yes,
No,
there
it
Oh,
was.
God.
Was it that? Because I saw the grind thing and I was like, why? Why are you
Yeah.
making it harder to unlock new skills? Like, 'cause it was basically like they're telling us we're stupid. Oh, players get confused because they get too many skills. I'm like, no, mate. For those who play it, I'm sure they want those skills. They'll get used to it. They can practice. They don't
Yeah.
need you to like spread them out. So that's annoying. But I think companies are starting to realize that not everything has to be live service. Because if you look at EA with Jedi Fallen
Dragon Age.
Order. No,
Yeah.
the Star Wars single player game.
Oh,
That
okay.
is an amazing single player game. I mean, I absolutely loved it because it was a bit of a mix between like Uncharted style game, and the combat was a little bit like the Souls games. And it's still selling. It's still selling now. So and that game came out a little while ago. So they can have both. You can have live service, but I don't think companies should forget single player games, because a lot of us, when we started gaming, we started with there was primarily single player games. Back then,
Yeah.
multiplayer was obviously
True.
emerging. But I'm hoping that live service does continue, but it needs to be quality if you're going to keep people playing, not just quantity.
Yeah.
I don't know your guys' history with RPGs, but do you think this game could have worked as an RPG, or not exactly an RPG, but a single player game with co-op elements like Gotham Knights? What that's going for? What that game's going for? Do you think Avengers would have worked in that sort of perspective?
Maybe
That
it
would have
could have.
actually, yeah, go on.
No, you go on, Yusuf. I've been talking a while.
Yeah, it it could have actually been better. I mean, they could have done that. People would like it. Yeah, I mean,
But
Aman,
Gotham
you're actually
Knights
quite
is
right.
four.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights is 4 characters. Avengers are like 8. You know, shuffling
No,
around those many characters, having
yeah,
them integrated to the story would be quite
yeah.
difficult.
I mean, it's
Hmm.
like true. There are like 8 characters you could play as, but only 4 people can play it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think Avengers could have worked as a single player co-op. 'Cause when you play the game, especially the first couple of hours of Avengers, it feels like it was designed initially to be a single player, to be a non-live service game. So I remember when when the character Kamala Khan goes into the downed helicarrier, and like she's
Yeah.
kind of getting used to her surroundings, goes into a room, presses a button on a computer, and some music starts playing, and then she changes it, and you've got I think there's a song from Sia which comes on in the game, and just that whole thing gave me the vibe of this was designed as a different type of game initially, like as a single player experience, and probably somewhere along the line they changed it, which is why a lot of it
They wanted
feels
money.
unfinished. Yeah. So, but we're yet to see. I mean, Gotham Knights I'm excited for, just because it's like, it's been a while since Arkham Knight, so I want a new Batman game, even though technically Batman isn't in it, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. I am
Oh, he's
also a
gonna
bit
be in it.
worried. Yeah, he's going
He's
to
gonna
come
be
back
in
to
it.
life at some point.
It's yeah. But
But
I don't know if you guys read the comics, but if you actually read the
yes,
Court of Owls storyline, Batman's actually captured by the Court of Owls. He's actually dead. Then the Bat family thinks he's dead in the comics, so I think they're going for that.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious.
I mean, yeah, I definitely read the comics. I have a bat
Same
tattooed
here.
on my shoulder, which I designed myself.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
well
wow.
into Batman.
Dedication.
But it
I'm
would
a
be
massive
cool to
Batman fan
see.
as well, so
Yeah, it'd be
great.
cool to see the Court of Owls in the game, and also I think in the Batman film there are some indications that the Court of Owls may be involved. So
Yeah, the postcard with the owl on it.
yeah,
That
so who
sort of
knows?
could be a hint.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
We're
Yep.
talking about speculation. If you don't mind, I mean, I don't know if we have time, but
Go
I
ahead.
wanted
Go ahead. Go ahead.
to
We have all the time.
spotlight Joe for a second. Joe and I got to play a mission in Ghost of Tsushima while we're waiting for this to start, and while chatting, Joe said that he's mainly played on PC for quite a while, and PS5 is his first console since the PS1. So I just wanted you to tell us,
Whoa.
like,
Whoa.
Wow.
which PlayStation exclusives are you most looking forward to play? Like, what's on your list now?
So on my list, up next, I want to complete The Last of Us. I will consider doing The Last of Us 2. I know it's got some cult following behind it. And then I haven't done Horizon Zero Dawn yet. I'm waiting for an update on that one. Or did that drop yet?
Not yet. No.
April 19th.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, no, but they're not. We don't know yet if they're updating it to 60 FPS. I think that's
Oh,
what you
okay.
mean.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's what you meant. Sorry.
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't
pretty
know
much
yet.
only playing the ones that are 60.
Yeah.
Which now I think about it, is The Last of Us 60?
Last
No.
of Us 1 is.
No.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, Last of Us
60?
Remastered. Last of Us Remastered is
Oh.
60.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because bear in mind
That's what I thought.
it's a PS3 game.
Yeah.
That was remastered. So, yeah, I've played it. I've played the remastered one. It's 60. Yeah.
Okay. I've already
Oh,
done God of
Yusuf here.
War.
Yusuf here, the biggest Last of Us fan.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've played Last of Us on PS3 remastered. I finished it. I don't know, uncountable times. I've finished it a lot of times.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
So, Joe, you said so. Last of Us and Horizon when
Zero
it gets
Dawn.
patched. And what else?
Bloodborne. Once that
Mhm.
gets patched.
You should play the God of War also.
I've already done God of War, platinum
Oh, nice.
that.
That's good. Oh, wow.
Oh, Platinum did. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
That's
then
a hard one, I
platinum
heard.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay,
That one
that's
was really good. And we're working on getting through Legends mode right now. That
Yeah.
one's such a grind. It's so hard solo. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Hopefully our schedules will align and we'll get to play a bit more of it.
Let's get through it,
Yeah.
man. It's a grind.
But
I've
you
already done my
looking
New
at-
Game Plus on it.
You're looking at Spider-Man is one that you should probably look into playing as well.
That's
Yes.
60. They have a new remastered version
Yeah.
with the new Peter Parker face and all that.
Yeah.
So that runs. You can run it at 1080p 60 with ray tracing as well if you're interested in ray tracing. So, but for Spider-Man, that's a great game.
Really
Yeah,
good.
the way I'm looking at it right now is it's a steep price. And
Mm.
Miles Morales is pretty short game, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
took
No,
me
but
6 hours.
I mean, the standard Spider-Man.
It's a good game.
I played Miles Morales.
It's a good
Miles
game.
Morales is good too. But
Okay.
if you can play, even if you can get the PS4, I think if you get the PS4 version of Spider-Man, isn't there a free patch for that?
Yeah, there's also a
I'm not
bundle
too
with it
sure.
as well.
Because
I'm not
that
too sure
Spider-Man
about
game
that.
was pretty, and that's a much longer game, obviously much longer than Miles Morales. That's definitely something you should play. Uncharted 4, you should also
Yep.
play. Same guys who
I've got
made
the
Last
physical of
of Us.
that one.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is pretty good, and I think they've got the Uncharted collection if you wanted to go back and play previous ones. But the fourth one
Isn't
is,
the collection on PS Plus?
I think only 4 is on PS Plus, but I may
Maybe
be
that's
wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
It's only
What-
4 on the PS Plus. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Trying to think
Yeah.
of
Well,
what of
are you into RPGs, Joe?
exclusives.
I can give you
Yes.
some great RPG recommendations.
Persona 5.
JRPGs.
Get up to Persona 5 if you
So
haven't played it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that one's on
that's
PS
what I
Plus.
was gonna say. Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Oh,
Those
I
two
guess.
are must plays. If you like JRPGs or RPGs in general, those are the two ones to go for.
Yep, those are both on PS Plus now, right?
Yeah. One more thing. Sorry. Journeys by Santa Monica. Nice, calm
Okay.
game, indie title. Short. You can finish it about 2 sittings, but nice.
It's not
calm
for everyone.
breather. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Yeah.
I couldn't get into. I mean, it looks beautiful, but I was just like, what do I do? Yeah. But no, there's
so
some
if you-
pretty
yeah.
good first party games. Yeah. No, go on, Yusuf.
So if you Joe, if you want to get the Spider-Man remastered, you can actually get the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. So then you'll get the Spider-Man remastered with it also.
Right.
So,
That's $70 or 60.
70.
I think 70. Yeah, 70.
Yeah, that's
But
the
does
whole
that
reason I'm
come
holding
with-
back right now.
Does that come
Yeah,
with
but then you get 2 games with it. Miles Morales.
Does it come
and
with the
remastered
DLC
Spider-Man.
though? Does it come with the original
I'm
Spider-Man's
not sure about that.
DLC? Because then it would be worthwhile. Because
Yes,
then you
it
get
does. It does.
okay. So then
It
that's
does?
that's
Okay, perfect.
nearly
Yeah.
2
Perfect.
games in terms of length. But by the time you finish original Spider-Man, you're going to want to take a break before you play Miles Morales because obviously it's more of a thing. So
Yeah.
you want to play something. I mean, if you wait a couple of months, I'm sure it will go down in price eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got so many other games I can play right now, so I've got no qualms with waiting, honestly.
As you Aman, you mentioned so you like RPGs and JRPGs as well. You play Persona 5. Have you played Persona Strikers? Persona 5 Strikers?
No, I haven't played Persona 5 Strikers. I played P5 Royal, Persona 5 Royal, but no, I haven't tried Strikers yet. I don't want to go back to that game. I've spent 200 hours in it nearly. I'm not going back.
Okay, I
I'm
thought I
done
was
with it.
bad because I spent like 90 plus hours, but I'm not that
Mhm.
bad then. If you spent 200 hours, good. But Strikers is different. It's a different
Really? How
type of
How
gameplay.
different is it? Worth spending $60 more?
Well, it's not the same RPG format. It's not turn-based combat. It's more like those Dynasty Warriors games.
Oh, it's turn-based. Oh, I didn't know this.
It's
So
not.
it's
No,
more
it's
like
not turn-based.
like
So
Dragon.
Massive army killing thing.
no. So it's not.
So it's
It
like the
isn't
old Yakuza
turn-based.
games, like the brawler style.
Kind of, but it's more. But there's like huge amounts of enemies on screen. It's more like Dynasty Warriors. I think that's the game
Yeah.
we compared it
I
to,
don't know if
and
you
it is
guys
a
have.
proper sequel to Persona 5. Like it's actually
Oh,
a
okay.
full-on sequel story. It's not just like a side game as they usually make. So I'm hoping I'm currently bidding on that at the moment on eBay. So hopefully I'll get to play that soon.
Oh yeah, I didn't know this actually. This is new news. This news to me. So yeah, I might actually check it out now. That's
Check
piqued
it
my
out,
interest.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if you guys have heard this game. Scarlet Nexus coming out June 25. Scarlet Nexus.
Hmm,
That's the game I'm
uh,
looking forward to.
Haven't heard of it.
Scarlet
Nexus.
Nexus. It's a
What type
JRPG
of game
again.
is it? Okay.
Okay.
It's a JRPG by Bandai Namco. Looks good. I pretty much liking the art style. Go check it out. So since we have some more time, top 3 games you excited for this year? We'll start with you,
Does
Zhang.
that include games that we don't know whether they're going to be released or only confirmed games so far? Is it
Okay,
games that
if
we
you're
want this
referring to
year?
God of War
or-
Ragnarok, Ragnarok is not coming this year. I can write it down. I can bid. I'm bidding money on it. It's not coming this year.
There's a
I
very
would
short
like-
list of games right now.
Yeah, I would like to play, but I don't think that's coming this year though. The Suicide Squad game that Rocksteady are making.
Oh yeah.
2022.
Oh,
2022.
okay, that's fair enough. Horizon 2, I definitely want to play. Forbidden
Yes.
West, whenever that
That
comes
this
out.
year?
I think that's going to be this year.
Yeah,
late
this year. That's
Resident
this
Evil
year.
Village.
That's summer. I
Resident
think.
Evil, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Resident
Resident
Evil
Evil
Village. I
Village,
cannot wait.
definitely.
Of course.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
The Village and Horizon.
My
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
There ain't
my
much
list
else.
actually is if Jeff Grubb is right, Starfield does come out this year. Starfield, Gotham
Mhm.
Knights, and
Outriders?
Scarlet.
Uh,
Oh yes,
Outriders,
Outriders.
yes.
But then
Yes.
I'm getting that game for free anyway. So like, I'm talking about games I'm gonna spend $60
because it's
on,
on
which are
Game Pass.
worth
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I can justify spending $60 on.
It's gonna be free. Is that a free play?
On Game Pass it is.
So day one,
Ah.
if you have Xbox Game Pass, it launches day one.
Boo.
So
Yeah.
so yeah.
Wait, is Gotham Knights
I
coming out
think-
this year?
Yes.
Yep, this year,
Well,
late
yeah.
2021.
I
Late
think
2021.
like by Christmas time we're going to have loads of games, but throughout the year it's not going to be all that much. Like
it's
in
nothing.
terms of
Yeah,
big
it's pretty
releases. Anyway.
still.
Hmm.
It's pretty still first half, and the second half is just bombarded with stuff. There's like Horizon. There's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Forgot about
yes.
that one.
Yes. Forgot
That
about
was
June.
cool.
It's coming.
I
in
got
June.
another one to add.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. You guys probably didn't play it if you weren't PC guys, but the resurrected
Baldur,
version of Diablo 2.
Diablo 2. Yes.
Oh, I've heard about.
Oh,
I haven't played it.
Played.
I haven't played
I
it,
played
but
Diablo
I've heard
2 like however long ago it came out on PC.
long
Yeah.
time ago.
Let's check that out.
Oh, spent so many hours in that game. So ready.
I've actually never gotten into a Diablo game, and this might be the one for me. I've never I've played it for what 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I used to go to my older cousin's house. He used to be a big Diablo guy, so I used to see him play and play a bit with him, but never actually got into it. So Diablo 2 might be the one for me.
Yeah, this could be.
We'll see.
This could be it. What about
Do
you,
it, give it a
Yusuf? Is
try.
there a game in particular you're waiting for this year?
I'm actually waiting for Resident Evil Village. Like, I cannot wait for that game.
You know what else looks
Yeah.
good? Deathloop.
Yeah. Oh, Deathloop. Yeah.
Deathloop, yes, I forgot
Yes.
about
Not my
that.
kind of game.
Microsoft acquired them.
Have you played? So Joe, have you played the Dishonored games?
Played the first one,
No.
didn't play the second one.
Oh,
The
okay.
first one was amazing. Like, I played that actually on PS3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I actually just started Dishonored because I had Game Pass. Funnily.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I've played both of them. And I've quite enjoyed them. So it's obviously
Yep.
Deathloop is from the same
Yeah,
company.
Dishonored games. I've played
Amazing.
around 4 hours in now, and it's a good game. It's a good.
Yeah, it's really good.
And Deathloop seems to. I'm liking the art style of Deathloop. It's more vibrant. It's lively, and it has
But
that
it's not-
slight
yeah.
bit of comedy. Slight bit of
Comedy.
comedy.
It's not as serious as Dishonored. It's maybe the
Yeah.
same, almost the similar combat, but more of comedy and but not like Dishonored is like a serious action game. Like
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's deep.
very deep.
Dishonored is deep,
Yeah, it's deep.
and this
Yeah.
is more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys.
Okay.
Do we have any news on The Witcher 3 PS5 update or remaster?
It was supposed to come 2021.
Yeah.
Because I would
CD
love to
Projekt
replay
Red-
that one.
Well, I think the state CD Projekt Red are in now. It's probably delayed. But
Yeah.
like last year in November, they announced. They even put out like cover art for it, saying the PS5 and Xbox Series X version coming 2021.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Eventually it's gonna come. So I
Want
think
it.
with that, we should
So
wrap up.
if you aren't if you have the PlayStation Plus, you should download Days Gone. It's really good.
I've got
Oh,
about 2 hours
yeah.
in it so far.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. That was a hidden gem for me because when it first released, or even when I first saw trailers, I was like,
Yeah.
lame, like another zombie game, you know. But
Yeah.
when I played it, I really liked it. Especially, I mean, it
I
starts
enjoyed
out
it.
quite slow, but once you start getting upgrades and stuff, because I thought I'm never going to be able to fight a horde, but
I know.
I got the platinum for that game, so I really got
Wow.
into it in the end because a lot of the side missions actually fill in a lot more of the story, which I feel like
Yep.
if they had advantage of the main missions, maybe more people would have played it till completion. But yeah, I would love for them to make a sequel to that. And what I hate about it is that I finished it a month before they announced that they'll have a 60 FPS version, and I was like, oh, damn it.
That's when I
Just
started
wanted-
playing
yeah.
as when that 60 FPS
Yeah.
update hit. I was like, yes.
Yeah, so I was quite annoyed by that. But it's still, I mean, it ran really well on PS4, but still.
PS4. Yeah.
I don't know about Days Gone. It's a 6 out of 10 game for me. I wouldn't say a hidden gem for me, in my opinion. It wouldn't necessarily be a 8 or 7. I think it's a solid 6 out of 10 game. Not the best PlayStation exclusive out there, in my opinion. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But yeah,
But didn't
decent
that
game.
studio,
Not-
Guys, we
that
forgot
studio,
about. Yeah. Go
oh,
on.
sorry, go on, Yusuf.
We forgot about 2 games. The Far Cry 6 and Returnal.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yes, that's
Returnal is
coming.
coming pretty soon. But is Far Cry 6 this year as well?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Was it?
Until now.
Yeah, it was.
Even
It
yeah.
was supposed to come February 26th, but then they delayed it. It's going to be
delayed it.
sometime between April and November. So
That's
Yeah.
fine.
yeah,
I think if it's not ready, delay it. Make sure it works,
Delay it.
and then we'll,
Make
then
sure
we'll
it
play
I
it.
works.
think
Yeah.
Cyberpunk taught everyone a lesson.
Yep, that's true. Cyberpunk taught everyone a lesson.
Yeah,
I
because
doubt it.
companies are going to be hopefully more careful now. Because the thing is, like, so obviously a lot of people still bought it. They recouped their costs as soon as they released it, and I'm sure they're going to sell a lot more once it's fixed. I guess
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll sell a hell of a lot more copies. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, there are a lot of games that in mind right now. One of them is Back for Blood.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I heard of
Back
that.
4 Blood. Have you guys played Left 4 Dead before?
Nope.
Nope,
Yes,
but I've just
Joe
seen
has.
the gameplay.
Yeah, Left. It's basically a spiritual reboot of Left 4 Dead. Same creator,
Yeah.
but then he left the studio and rebranded it Back 4 Blood. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking
One
forward
thing
to
I'll
that.
add about what we talked about Days Gone. You know the studio behind Days Gone? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if I remember correctly, they used to make the Siphon Filter games. I don't know if you guys have played those back on PS1 and 2, but I freaking love Siphon Filter 1. I had it on PS1, and I would love for them to make a sequel to
Yes, they
Siphon
did
Filter.
Siphon Filter.
So
Siphon
if you
Filter
guys,
games, they did, yeah.
are out there
Yeah,
watching
I've
this
heard of the
podcast,
game.
make another Siphon Filter. Would love that.
Well, I think Days Gone, considering it's the studio's first AAA project, is a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It's really good.
My problem with the game was I've only put about
Yeah.
3 hours in and I set it aside. Because there's so many of these open world games out right now, going back to
Open world
back with them
fatigue.
is painful, man.
I
It's
feel you,
real.
man. Open
Yeah.
world fatigue. The open world fatigue,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially, Ubisoft open world games are like so
Oh,
big. And it's like, dude, we get it. You know
Yes.
how to make really big worlds. So like fine, improve yourself. Like just make
Have
it
you guys
slightly
played
smaller
Valhalla?
or stuff. Yeah, I've played it and finished it. I had a
I
quest
started it and
breaking bug.
dropped it.
I was actually considering because it does have quite less collectibles than the previous ones, than Odyssey, for example. So I was actually considering doing the collectibles in this one and trying to get all the trophies, but one of my side quests has a bug, and as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, forget it now, because can't get the trophies this way. But I mean, I enjoyed it, but again, too big.
Yep, it was
Yeah.
massive. I think it's a problem with all Ubisoft games. Watch Dogs Legion, massive. But I think I really like the direction they went in with Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Okay, I've only played the demo for that. Have you played the game
I haven't played
fully?
it. I haven't played it yet, but I've just seen like clips of it, and it looks beautiful. It's like Zelda, but for PlayStation users.
Yeah.
Having played the demo, I can agree on, like the art style and stuff looks really cool. But I thought
Yeah,
I'm not gonna play another big Ubisoft
open
open
world
world
game.
game for a little while
Yes.
because I had just finished Valhalla, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
nah.
There's too many open world games out there right now. Too many. And with that, I think we should wrap up episode 0 of No Limits. So thank you all for watching and listening on Spotify. Before we go, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever podcast streaming service you use. You can follow us on Twitter, where we'll post daily updates regarding the channel, our uploads. That'll be our main marketing media. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you again next week.